Hi, this is Heather, and for this assignment, I'll be describing interview research in nursing. According to our textbook, an interview is a method of data collection in which an interviewer obtains responses from a subject in a face-to-face encounter through a telephone call or through an internet connection. Interview research can be conducted individually or in groups, such as focus groups, and is used to obtain factual data and measure people's opinions, attitudes, or beliefs. Interviews should be used when individuals are viewed as important sources of knowledge about their own experience. In other words, interviewing involves a high level of contact between the interviewer and the interviewees, which enables interviewers to pay attention to nonverbal and other cues that might be informative. Interviewing provides qualitative data. As one text puts it, interviewing gives us access to the observations of others. Through interviewing, we can learn about places we have not been and could not go, and about settings in which we have not lived. But increased contact between interviewer and interviewee also increases the risk of influencing the outcome of the interview. As one source puts it, the key to successful interviewing is learning how to probe effectively. That is, to stimulate an informant to produce more information without injecting yourself so much into the interaction that you only get a reflection of yourself in the data. Although the medium for the interview may vary, for example, face-to-face or over the phone or internet, informal, individual, or with a group, interview research includes 3 types of interviews: structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Structured interviews involve asking the same questions in the same order of all members of the study and should be used when straightforward and factual information is required. Unstructured interviews offer the interviewer a great deal of freedom, since the interviewer follows the natural flow of conversation. This type of interview is particularly useful for exploratory or qualitative research, or when the researcher does not yet fully know the exact questions that should be asked. An important rule of thumb for an unstructured interview is this: get an informant onto a topic of interest and get out of the way. Let the informant provide information that he or she thinks is important. Semi-structured interviews involve a set of specific questions, but also make room for additional probing questions. Most interview research involves semi-structured interviews. Interview research has many advantages, including: number 1, responses can be obtained from a wide range of individuals. 2, the response rate is high. 3, most of the data obtained are useful. 4, in-depth responses can be obtained. And 5, nonverbal behavior and verbal mannerisms can be observed. However, there are also several disadvantages to conducting interview research, such as: 1, training programs are needed for interviewers. 2, interviews are time-consuming and expensive. 3, arrangements for interviews may be difficult to make. 4, respondents may provide socially acceptable responses. 5, respondents may be anxious because answers are being recorded. 6, respondents may be influenced by the interviewer's characteristics. And 7, interviewers may misinterpret nonverbal behavior. The biggest difference between interview research and other research methods is really the close contact between the interviewer and the interviewee. It's really important that an interviewer receive training and learn how to ask questions that do not lead interviewees towards a particular response. Careful attention should be given to the construction of questions. They must have clear purpose, and the meaning of all words should be clearly defined. Without careful thought, preparation, and training, the interviewer can potentially inject himself into the situation in ways that influence the interviewee's responses. Other research methodologies do not necessarily suffer from this risk. Nevertheless, when close interaction with people matter, interview research is a good choice.